idubbbz' girlfriend Anissa started an OnlyFans account, and this actually caused a ton of controversy. A lot of idubbbz' own fans are actually upset with him, and they're pretty annoyed with him because they feel like, I don't know, he's a simp.
I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet.
idubbbz is in some hot water with some of his fans, and I'm gonna be real, it's some of the funniest stuff I've seen in a while. Now, it might be because there's a lot of slow news, a lot of things aren't going on because of the quarantine, but I find this really fascinating and very weird at the same time. From what I gathered, there are 3 types of people that are really angry at idubbbz. The first are the conservatives, the traditionalists that obviously don't like sex workers, and so obviously they wouldn't like Anissa starting an OnlyFans and idubbbz supporting that. You have the people that just straight up hate Anissa, and then you have the people that can't really differentiate between the internet and in real life. Now, even though I respect idubbbz immensely, dude featured in one of my videos years ago when I was just up and coming, and he kind of went above and beyond, so he definitely has my eternal gratitude for that. And I also don't hate Anissa. That being said, I am still going to be as objective as possible about all of the stuff that's going on. So there's not that much to say about the conservatives that are mad about the sex work stuff. They think pornography is ruining the world, and they think that, you know, it's like this huge, spooky, you know, boogeyman that needs to be slayed. Now, obviously, people that are addicted to pornography and stuff like that, it is an issue. But it's also an issue with every other thing in the world that people are addicted to. Drugs, anything. People are addicted to fast food. Heart disease is insanely rampant in the United States. I think it's the #1 killer. You know, destroys cancer. Nope, sorry, cancer, get the fuck out of here. When it comes to alcohol, when it comes to car crashes, whatever, heart disease reigns supreme, and it kills everybody. When you're addicted to stuff, it's terrible. So yes, pornography, food, sugar, it doesn't matter what it is. It does not matter what it is. It's bad. So I feel like if people do things moderately, they'd be okay. And so that's why I take the position that I don't give 2 flying fucks that Anissa has joined OnlyFans and she wants to share lewds and stuff. I literally don't think that will never creep into my mindset at all. And this is coming from somebody that rarely watches porn. I'm not that interested into it. I've said on a numerous amount of times, anytime this subject comes up, I'm the guy that likes nudes or vids from someone I have a connection with. You know, that's the stuff that really kind of gets my gears grinding. You know, not like, say, people that I don't know. Usually you might be like, oh, I wonder what so-and-so looks like naked, but that's just like a passing, like a fleeting thought that just pops in your head, and you're not like, say, super like, I need to know this and this is the hottest thing ever, or all these porn actresses and stuff that exist. I'm not really that interested. That's personally myself. And if you are, I don't care. As long as you're not addicted, as long as you're not freaking out and ruining your life, as long as you're taking care of yourself, if you have a family, you're taking care of your family, you're paying everything that needs to be paid, why would I give a single fuck about what you're doing in your leisure? I don't care. And now we're going to get more into the meat and potatoes of this controversy, because this is what I believe is the biggest issue. It's Anissa. Now, like I already said, that I don't hate her or anything like that. I'm not one of those people that really give a fuck about all of this drama that surrounds her. And there's a lot. There's a lot of videos that are out there, like breaking down all this stuff that she's done or whatever on Twitch or just whatever. And there's a lot of people that just do not like her. They do not like her, so obviously they don't want her to be with idubbbz, because all these people are angry because they like idubbbz. And they're like, they don't like Anissa. So now that she's started an OnlyFans, and I guess from the buzz that I've seen is that she's being a hypocrite because she's talked shit about sex workers or something in the past. And so now they're like really angry, and I guess they're expecting someone like idubbbz to come down on her and like strike her down because he's the content cop guy. Like, why wouldn't he, like, he doesn't put up with any bullshit. So why wouldn't he like strike this down, because this is obvious bullshit. But I also think that, like, and this kind of plays into what I'm going to talk about in a few minutes, is the whole internet versus in real life. it's kind of an issue. And let me just say this, I do understand why a lot of people are angry about this. It makes total sense to me. And also, I think that with the video that idubbbz put out, you know, defending himself and explaining the situation, I feel like he kind of missed the mark, because this is the biggest subject to me. This is the thing that what people really care about the most. Not the fact that the OnlyFans exists, because I started to think about it. What if PewDiePie's wife started an OnlyFans? What if Marcia started an OnlyFans? Do you think it would be as big of a deal? Of course, it would make headlines and everything because of how insanely famous he is. But at the same time, I don't know anyone that hates Marcia. That type of internet banter never crosses my path at all. So I think there would be a lot of people that would be disappointed that are in the conservative camp because they don't like that shit. The people that, you know, that can't tell the difference between the internet and real life, I don't think they really care. And there isn't that hate, so it's not going to be as big of a deal. So to me, it's like the biggest thing to address is that, like, hey, I know you guys don't like her, but I love her. Now, in idubbbz's defense, he said at the end of the video that he loves his girlfriend. So that's kind of the explanation there. Like, obviously they get along enough to where they love each other and everything. And that's, like, in my opinion, well, okay, I can't really say shit to that because, and this is really important, I don't know them.
You think you know me?
So this is the last thing I want to bring up, and I think it's almost just as important as talking about that, you know, there's so much backlash because people just don't seem to like Anissa. There's a lot of people that kind of live their lives on the internet, and they don't have, like, say, they log off and then they just have their in real life, what they just do, and they're just chilling. You know, like, say, me growing up, you know, I look pretty young. I look like I'm probably a fucking senior in high school or something, but I'm 32. So when I grew up, the internet was just banter. You would log on to your AOL or CompuServe, sign in to, you know, whatever instant messenger you were using, talk a lot of shit, do your ASL stuff, and then you would fucking leave. Go out and do whatever you gotta do. Now it seems like the waters are getting kind of muddied. And so when there's this online persona that people have like idubbbz, a lot of people take it so closely to heart and they think that they know him. They feel like they completely know him. And I want to bring something up, for example, that I'm kind of been dealing with myself very recently. Now, this isn't a big deal at all, but recently the H3 podcast, they did this bachelorette for Trisha Paytas, and they asked, hey, send in applications if you're interested in dating Trisha Paytas. Now, I was bored and I hadn't put content on my second channel in quite a while, so I submitted an application. I'm like, let's see what happens. And my application made it onto the show, and I actually made it to the next round. But one of the things that was kind of interesting was that, including Trisha, were like, why is he wearing the Spider-Man mask?
What we got here is one Papa John,
Not
just
sure.
a regular
I don't
pep.
like it.
You know,
He doesn't usually wear a
kind of
mask.
rising.
Yeah, what's with the mask? Maybe
I really don't know why he's wearing a mask.
And to someone who doesn't live their lives on the internet, I thought, well, isn't it obvious? I'm fucking around. I'm not taking this seriously. I'm wearing a fucking mask. Like, if I really wanted to win your heart, you would think that I would take it seriously. I would be showing my face. I would really be telling you all these. I would really take it seriously. But I think because just how some people operate, they can't tell that I'm fucking around. Because I had a lot of people that were asking me, yeah, why'd you wear the mask, bro? Why'd you wear the mask? And on top of that, people were asking me, or not asking me, they were concerned. They're like, no, you can't date Trisha. Why would you do that? She's such a terrible person. She's this and that. A lot of women that I know were telling me all this stuff. And all I'm thinking is, what makes you think I'm serious? Now, I bring that up because to show that there's a lot of people that are kind of muddying the waters. They really genuinely think that they know idubbbz. They think they know Ian. You don't. I don't know him. I've had a few interactions with him in DMs, but that don't mean shit. And I've watched all of his videos just like you guys too. I know idubbbz the character. I do not know Ian personally. I don't know how he acts like when he's at home. I don't know how things are going between him and Anissa. All I've seen was some internet banter and people guessing because they know. And they know exactly what's going on because they followed Anissa and they see the type of stuff that she said and things that she's unearthed on Discord. And all I can say is that, well, that's the fucking internet, dude. I have no idea what they do behind closed doors or whatever in real life. I have no idea, and the vast majority of you, 99.9%, don't know either. I think this is a really important point to bring up because it just kind of shows you how disconnected some people are from reality. That they don't see that people are putting on a show, and there's a lot of people that are doing a lot of dumb stuff that they don't normally do when they're just at home chilling. When the camera's on, a lot of people act very differently. And I think it's very important to know the difference. For example, when people are calling idubbbz a hypocrite and whatnot, I can't really speculate how he genuinely feels about everything, except for now that he put this video out where he's being kind of real about things, where he's like, okay, yeah, I'm in support of all this OnlyFans stuff. I love my girlfriend. A lot of you people are overreacting and being dumb. And I say, fair enough, but I also understand why a lot of people are freaking out because of all those things I just mentioned. Now, if you ask me my opinion on how I feel about Anissa doing the OnlyFans thing, honestly, I think it was kind of a dumb idea. This is just me being completely honest. And not for the reasons that most of you guys are saying, but I think it's just kind of like a branding issue. Where say, it seemed pretty obvious from all of the hate and backlash that Anissa has been getting all over the years, that this would definitely bring a wave of hate towards idubbbz. And so it's one of those things that, like, if you're talking about it, it's like, well, should I do this? Should I not do this? Whatever. And ultimately say, I'm not idubbbz, but if I were him, it would be like, well, you know, you're gonna fuck with my brand. Maybe you want to find something else that people won't freak out about. Not that I would really care if you did it, but the fact that you know this is gonna fuck with my shit, maybe it's not the best idea. And then you would think maybe Anissa would be like, that's a good point. I don't want to fuck with your brand, so maybe I should find something else to do, because obviously I don't need money. I do want to be fulfilled, but maybe I should find something else to be fulfilling because this thing is gonna really fuck with our shit. That's really the only problem that I have. Well, that, and I guess when I saw the comparison of Anissa's her tits before and now, I kind of scratched my head because I was like, what the hell was wrong with their tits before? They were perfectly fine. That's the only that's it. That's neither here or there. That's their fucking business. You know, the internet puts that type of personal stuff online, so now all of us can judge it. But ultimately, there's a lot of women that get tit jobs when they absolutely don't need them. But what I think it really comes down to, and this is just me speculating, obviously, it could be a body dysmorphia thing, because a lot of people who are really concerned about their bodies, a lot of people that are part of the fitness industry, or they're kind of obsessed with working out or whatnot, they have issues like this, including myself. I can just show you a picture of me 4 fucking years ago. If you see me at 4 years ago, I remember thinking I was still fat at that time. I remember thinking like, fuck man, I still need to get stronger. I still need to get thinner. My waist needs to be like, I remember this stuff. And now I am much, much thicker. So it could be one of those situations. So I don't want to just completely be like, oh, what a fucking idiot. Why would you do that? Because it could be much of a deeper and psychological thing. Now, I think on the surface, I've covered enough of why people are angry. I know there's some other people that have some other hot takes, and they'll, try to blow it a little bit more out of proportion, which if that's their prerogative, fine. Just my angle, the way I come from it, like, is this earth shattering? No. Obviously, idubbbz is a very popular, very famous person, so this is gonna be bigger than if anybody else was doing something. Like if my significant other was like on OnlyFans, I don't think anybody would give 2 shits because, I have a very small niche audience. They're just like, hey, whatever. But all right, guys, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're doing well in this quarantine. I hope you found this as fascinating as I did. I'm sure there's going to be videos out there that are going to come down super hard on him, and maybe that's what you're looking for. I don't blame you. I know those Duncan videos when you really get to like just roast somebody is very enticing, but I don't feel the passion, that most people feel about this. I think it's silly. I genuinely think this is kind of funny. So be well and take care.